Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show with your hosts Lee Silber and Ellen Goodwin.
Welcome to the show. I'm your co-host, Ellen Goodwin, along with my co-host,
Lee Silber.
All right, Lee. Today is episode number 4 of the 7 Habits of Highly Efficient People. So, tell me, what is habit number 4?
I think the ones that we've done, like boring, that might surprise people. Not that that's wrong, meaning like they only use Apple products, so life is simple. You go in and I'll have that phone, that tablet, and that computer, and other things. But this one I think is obvious. Action-oriented people.
Absolutely.
But what does that mean, really?
Oh.
I mean, okay, so they're action-oriented. What do you... Well, an example is they seek excellence instead of perfection.
Okay.
Perfection is an efficiency killer.
Oh, most definitely.
Excellence is an efficiency
Amplifier.
Ooh, that's a great word. Right? Don't you agree with that?
No, I do. And one of the things I think that's important to notice about being an action is not to mistake it for being emotion, because motion looks like action, and motion would be, hey, I'm planning to go on a diet, and look, I've made this list of food, and I've made this list of exercises. Great. You have not been in action. You've been in motion. Your brain might think you've done something, but you haven't eaten one meal that's healthy. You haven't, dropped to the floor and given me 10 push-ups. You've just been in motion. So action is, okay, yeah, I've made that list. I know what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to get the groceries, and I'm going to make sure my workout clothes are ready because in 10 minutes I'm going to do that first workout. So action is actually doing stuff. And that's what efficient people do. They know the difference between motion and action and consistently stay in action.
I don't know if this story is a perfect fit, but it's a good one. My nephew and I, when he was much younger, we swam from the beach to these cliffs, and we had to swim through shark-infested waters. But they were small sharks.
Oh, okay.
So we climb up, and it was his first time, and he was 5, I think. And I was about to tell him, well, see, when you jump, you want to make sure you don't go that way or that way. Here's a deep spot, blah, blah. He just went, woo! I was like, all right. He's like, that was great. I think action-oriented people, 2 things. One, it's not that they don't feel fear, which is what procrastination really is.
Yes.
It's fearfulness of what will people think.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do it? Is this any good? Fear. They feel the fear, but they go forward anyway.
Yes.
And they don't seek perfection, they seek excellence. So they're just going to start and then adapt as they go.
Yeah.
I think if you could describe yourself as that type of person, yeah, I get it. I'm uncomfortable. I think we have to become more comfortable with being uncomfortable so that we push ourselves past that, because that's what we're afraid of, that feeling of, okay, just jump. Jump.
Yeah, no.
You'll be fine. Just don't go to the right.
fine.
That's where the rocks are. Go straight out.
Oh, no. We used to do that when we were kids. We would go to the lake, every day. And lakes in Minnesota are notoriously cold, especially in the beginning of the summer. So if you try and walk in, you get up to your knees and you're like, oh, okay. But if you just ran off the dock, there's one moment when you're dry, then there's another moment when you're in the air, and then you are completely wet. You didn't hesitate. You just jumped in. You got wet. You got cold. But then you kept swimming, and it was fine. So I think of that a lot when I'm trying something new, or sometimes when it's something I know I have to do, and I've been doing it a while, and I might be thinking about procrastinating. You know what? If you just jump in and get started, boom, there you go.
And I'm sure other people feel this way, but for me, when I'm starting something big, I imagine how great it will feel when I'm done. Like I'm projecting myself out there and thinking, oh, when this is done, it's going to be fabulous. I'll be able to do something else. It'll be over and I'll be happy. But that's focusing on the future. So if you're afraid of the future, just create the future that you really want, and knowing that by just starting in that direction, just taking that first action step is going to get you closer. Versus, as you said, spinning your wheels and thinking you're at the top of the cliff looking down. The more you look down, the scarier it gets.
True.
And so I just feel like, who wouldn't want to be known as someone, oh yeah, that person gets things done. Oh yeah, that person's always
Yeah.
getting head start. They're finishing what they start. They get going. They're go-getters. They're action-oriented. I want to be an action hero, not a non-action hero.
Well, think about it this way. Think instead of, hey, I'm starting something and it's like going up a mountain and getting to the top. What if you think about, here you are at the top of the mountain and you're getting started and you're building momentum and you're going downhill in a best way, not like you're going to crash, but you're building up momentum, and you can't build momentum until you get started. So if you do that first little thing, you're going to make your way down the mountain, and coming down the mountain, a lot easier than going back up.
And what I find is once I do get started, what I was afraid of, the fear that kept me from starting in the first place, it wasn't rational.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I got this. Okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
And so, of course, try and make easy tasks that you can, to start. That's my philosophy. Some people say swallow the frog, do the hardest first. I that's not me. I like to do easy things to build some momentum, to get some wins, to build my confidence so I can see it. And then I'm moving. I got this.
Yeah, again, you're making the way down the mountain.
Yes.
You're picking up steam, and that's action.
Yeah, and having, like we talked about, going down the freeway and you're changing lanes, but you're still moving down the freeway. So having other action things I can do that are, if I'm bored with this, instead of just goofing off, I got another thing I can do that's action oriented. And I think I got this idea from you. I started putting a little basket of small tasks. So I've been on hold you have too, with email issues and whatnot.
Yes.
And so it's not wasted time on hold. I've got a bunch of easy things, low energy, low brain things to do while I'm on hold.
Fantastic.
Check. Action.
Action. Boom. So, habits of highly efficient people, they're action heroes. Basically, that's what it comes down to. Thanks for joining us today. Be with us again next week when we look at the 5th habit of highly efficient people.